Here's a wild tour story with Lovage at Chicago's House of Blues. I think Domino was trying to like, you know, make the interview more interesting because of like he Domino from Hieroglyphics is a great friend of mine, but also like he's on the road with us with Dr. Octagon, but he was also on the road with us with Lovage years ago with Jennifer Charles and Mike Patton and Kid Koala. And I don't know if any of you guys know what Lovage is as a record, but it was like kind of a romantic record and kind of sleazy too. So with all that, we have a story, but it's kind of messed up. But it was fun. It was funny though. The reason I'm telling this story was because it took place in Chicago at the House of Blues. So anyway, our band in Lovage is like me, Mike Patton is the lead singer, Jennifer Charles is the other lead singer, Kid Koala was the DJ, my man Merlot was playing bass. Merlot plays in Jack Johnson, he plays on all my records, and this guy Brandon, who's a total freak. Like he's actually kind of a nudist, was a guitar player. Just as a backstory, we only did one tour together, but it was really fun. It was all weird. It's like Domino actually at points had to like mic up, we made him come on stage and mic up like Brandon's ass because we had a riding crop, so we used his hand claps. It was stuff like that. Okay, it was a little bit different, eccentrically risque. We had bondage chairs, we had all sorts of things. It was all, everyone was wearing like, you know, silk robes and pajamas and stuff too. You know what I mean? It was like a total like whatever. And we hit House of Blues in Chicago. There was one girl in the front row who was super like a good looking girl and really pretty enthusiastically into the stuff. So like she was like trying to come hang out with us, and I was like, sure, you can hang out with us, whatever, you want to have a drink, whatever. Then like what happened was I'm standing there on stage cleaning up, and I see some dude come out of the side and like throw a jacket at her, right? Like I was like, I don't know, that's her man or something. I'm just going away. So I went away, right? Our guitar player who's a freak, and you know how the House of Blues is in Chicago, it's like lots of rooms. And they're kind of relaxingly loungy rooms. So I go upstairs, I'm like, I'm done with all this. I go upstairs, and my guitar player, he brings this girl back upstairs, backstage, and they're having a drink together. But while they're having a drink together, I'm sitting with Koala and we're talking, and Mike Patton, this isn't a story about Mike Patton, but anyway, Mike Patton and our sound engineer were having a fight in the bathroom. Like they were like screaming at each other, like it was about to be a fist fight. The argument was between Mike Patton and this guy Scott Harding. Scott was our sound engineer, and Mike didn't like the way the vocals were because Mike's real intense about his work. Scott is notable too because Scott actually, he mixed a lot of the Wu-Tang records. He's a friend of mine, or worked with RZA and all that stuff, and me and Paul and whatever. So like, he's not even a live sound engineer. He just came on the road with us to hang out and do live sound for fun though, you know? And we all love Scott, and Mike was really, you know, being a little bitch about like levels and stuff, and like now to this day, you know, Mike loves Scott, but it was just funny. They were fighting in the other room. I'm sitting with Koala talking, something's going on in the other room. It was kind of amazing. But while this is all going on, the security knocks on our door and they go, this guy says that some girl's back here against her will or whatever, right? And then like we're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then the girl just yells to the guy, he's like, no, I'm just having a drink, leave me alone, whatever, right? I was like, I said, I thought she had a man, so I was like, I was away from all this stuff. Turns out that she didn't have a man, but it was just some crazy weird, whatever. Once again, knock, he says, this guy's outside, he says he's not gonna leave until this girl leaves. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then she's like, tell him to go away, right? And then another like 10 minutes pass, and the security brings the guy in. Thank goodness I'm sitting on the other side of the room because I didn't want to be a part of this. But like, she's sitting there having a drink with Brandon, and the guy comes in the room and he's like in tears, crying, and he's like, I guess he thought he was going to get the romantic jump off with her because he was at our show, right? And then he brings her in the room crying, and we're all just looking because we just look up. We're all looking. It's like, he's just in tears. He's like, well, I'm the one who introduced you to Dan The Automator and Mike Patton, and he's all crying, and then the girl kicks him out again. And we're just like, I'm glad I'm not sitting over there. I have nothing to do with this because this is like probably the worst heartbreaking concert moment I've ever seen. Anyway, that's Lovage. You should have been there, Q.